catch. No, come on. Pun intended there. Morning. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for coming out early on a Saturday morning, and glad it's a few degrees warmer than some of the days that we have had. So, great day in Bowie. Let me make some introductions of our elected officials. Mayor Robinson is here. Mayor Pro Tem Mike Trout, Councilwoman Diane Palangan, our newest council member, Dufour Wolfley, Councilman Dennis Brady, and Councilman Jimmy Marcos. And from the County Council, Todd Turner. Hopefully the
man who was going to ensure that all the county funds flow to Bowie.
A little pressure.
We are also joined this morning by Chief Rodney Taylor from the County Animal Control Office. Thanks, Chief Taylor. Oops. So, weapons-free zone. I'm just going to make a couple of quick comments. I'm going to turn it over to the mayor, and then Tara is going to speak on behalf of CLAW. And after that, we will have a brief, we called it a leash cutting ceremony downstairs. Many of you may want to take the staircase right out here. We do have an elevator, and staff will show you where that elevator is. Some folks may want to use the elevator, and we'll wait until those folks arrive downstairs. First, I want to make some thank yous. I want to thank the council for their perseverance and support and decision-making on this project. This project took a while, as its advocates know, but through the support and persistence of many folks, we're at this point today. So thank you for hanging in there with us. I want to acknowledge the staff members who are here this morning who have been a vital part of this. Lurking in the back are two animal control folks, Mike Morial and Harmony Dale. The city is very, very fortunate to have this pair of folks working for us and for you. Many of you in CLAW and affiliated groups know Mike and Harmony, and I'm sure you would agree with me regarding that statement. We also have Steve Roberts here. Steve supervises the animal control function. And Sally Hine is flitting around somewhere. Sally did most of the logistics she handled most of the logistics for this event and maintained her normal sense of enthusiasm, which is great. Our public works folks who were an integral part of the project are not here this morning, but I would be remiss in not mentioning them. Mike Schramm, who's a project manager, whose title is something else, but he's essentially a project manager, worked closely with our community services folks in producing this project and managing the construction firm that handled the project. We were fortunate the firm that got the bid was a firm that had worked with us about 2 years ago over at Allen Pond Park and the replacement of the dock and bulkhead. It's a woman-owned firm out of La Plata, very good small contractor. And also from Public Works, as part of the project, our new Public Works Director, George Stefanos, who supervised Mike's work here. So, we've come a long way, and we're just on the verge of a new chapter in our animal control function. Most of you understand how we intend to operate. It's going to require a lot of cooperation. We know that there's going to be a volunteer element, and we hope that those who are on the verge of participating in volunteer activities see that through. I also want to thank CLAW for your support, both verbal and financial. I gotta tell you, I can't think of too many other occasions in the city's life where we've had such outstanding support. We didn't always have the relationship that we have today with CLAW, but it's really matured, it's blossomed, and I think it's safe to say that we've become friends, as well as colleagues. And so we really appreciate your support. In fact, the total construction project will have been underwritten by CLAW support. That's tremendous, with actually a few dollars left over to handle operating costs. So we're moving ahead. We hope that those who have signed up tentatively or even formally for volunteering will stick with it. We will appreciate your advice going forward, and we want your involvement. Clearly, you are involved. This is an involved community, and stay with it. This has been a great exercise so far. It hasn't been easy, but we can all smile today with a sense of collective accomplishment. The mayor is going to make some remarks, and then Tara. After we do that, as I said, we'll go downstairs. Those who can and want to can use the stairs. Those who need the elevator, down that way. There's also one down that hall. It might be easier to use this one back this way. So you've heard enough from me. Let me turn it over to Mayor Chief Fred Robinson.
Thank you for coming. Most of you have been in this building before, but if you haven't, take a second and just enjoy it. One of the great parts of this building is the way this part was laid out here, so we can use it for these kind of events. I want to echo what David said, and thank you for all the work that you've done. I would be remiss if I didn't say there have been some bumps along the way, but clearly, the commitment from CLAW and from the animal lovers in the city really drove us to this conclusion, and I'm thankful for that. I think the conclusion that we've reached will provide a necessary service and another necessary amenity that continues to make the city grow in warmth and charm and effectiveness, and it continues to make us the great place that it is. We were talking to some folks earlier on. Some of you may have seen the Forbes magazine last month that rated all the small cities in the United States, and they produced a list of the top 100. And your city is number 28 in the United States of America. One of the reasons they selected one of the criteria was community engagement and educated workforce and quality of home life and those kinds of things, and the engagement between the government and the community. And I think that was a fair assessment. I think we should probably do at least 2 or 3. So you have an ambition to do even greater things. On the kind of a humor side, I was thinking all of the ribbon cuttings I've been to in years I've been here. I mean, I don't even want to remember how many there are. Probably almost as many as Eagle Scout things as Diane's been to. But this will be my second leash cutting.
The dog park.
Yeah, so I will have doubled, our leash cutting efforts. But I do seriously want to thank you guys for staying there. I want to thank Paul, for their financial and philosophical support for keeping this thing moving, and for the ability to come together and come up with something that will work. I tell people that a lot of fun things that we do are never without controversy. I tell people too, I live by two bits of advice. One was from Abraham Lincoln, who said you can't make all the people happy all the time. And the other is kind of appropriate to this group. It comes from Harry Truman. He said, if you want a friend in this business, get a dog. Yeah. So with that, I want to thank you for what you've done, and I want to make sure that we extend the invitation that David just suggested, that you stay engaged and that you stay involved, kind of keep another eye on the event, keep an eye on us. If you see something that can be done better, why am I going to encourage you? Because I know you're going to. And with that, I'd like to invite Tara to make some comments.
Okay, thank you. So I don't have everything memorized. You're going to have to see me read a little bit. I'll avoid reading as much as possible, but I didn't want to forget some points that were worthy of mentioning. So let me start off with saying it's amazing for me to be here and still, I'm emotional, much more emotional than I thought I'd be, so I apologize, because it's been a long 6 years, and I was warned that it was going to take a while, but it is amazing because we're at the start of something that is incredible for our community. And it took a lot. It took a whole community to make this investment. It took God knows how many meetings. It took tons of fundraising and a lot of compromising. Lots of compromising. Sometimes feelings were hurt, sometimes we got angry, but here we are. So let me say a little bit more. 6 years later, having a shelter in Bowie means a lot, not only to us at CLAW, but to citizens of Bowie. There's going to be less driving time, of course, to Upper Marlboro to find their pet, less worries about getting there in time and dealing with what other issues there might be with their pet. There's going to be less stress in general to us and to the animals. The animals are now going to have a little bit more time, which is great. They'll have more time to be reunited with their families, more time to maybe find a new family, just more time, which is, all of us need more time, right? And this is a city shelter. That was really important to us, that this be a city shelter. Many times along the way, people would say, why don't you just have a volunteer-run shelter? Just start your own. That it was really important for us to have the city stand behind the shelter. It's significant because it means that our city, the City of Bowie, 28th on the list, which should be #1.
Thank you, ma'am.
Our city is willing to invest in compassion. There are few in this state of ours that can say that. And we can say that for our county now, we can say that for our state. Gandhi once said that the greatness of a nation and its moral progress can be judged by the way it treats its animals. Bowie has made some serious, significant progress. Thank you. So I threatened to speak for about 2 hours. But I just want to list a few thank yous that are really significant. And it really could go on for hours, but I'm going to keep it short. There are a few people at CLAW, our founding members, that I really wanted to acknowledge because you've stuck with us for 6 years. This list was generated just from a few of the first agendas, so I don't mean to hurt anybody's feelings if I've forgotten your name, but here are some that I think are really important. Karen Gerritsen, one of my new best friends. If it wasn't for CLAW, I would never have had Karen in my life. That is significance for me. Michael and Lauren Simonek, Virginia and Randolph Jones, Rebecca Nielsen, Joe Bowling isn't here, but she was a really significant person. Rhoda Pollock, very significant. Esther Kine, Kathy Fitzgerald, Jim Murphy, who I saw, Betty Williams and Gay Williams. These were some of our founding members, and most of them still are part of us, part of the group, and even though our meetings get too long for them to attend, they're still around. So there's, like I said, many others we could list. But I also wanted to thank the council for persevering through many of the times that we came, and yes, there were some rocky roads, but you've shown that you've listened to us, and we really appreciate the compromising that occurred. Of course, I wanted to thank Chief Taylor and Little John. You guys came out here, supported looking at the spots. Thank you very, very much. And a big thank you to, I'm not sure where she is, Dr. Pat Shima. Without her, none of this. So thank you very, very much. But of course, got to save almost the best for last. Which one would think would be my husband? Not quite yet. He is the pretty best, but my biggest thanks goes to Dennis Bray. And he kept encouraging us. When things were really disappointed, he urged us to be patient. Boy, did he urge us to be patient. And he gave me a lot of pep talks. He gave all of us a lot of pep talks. He came to our meetings. He emailed me. And most of all, he took me out for beers. And we need more beers. So, on behalf of the members of Bowie CLAW, the Citizens for Local Animal Welfare. I thank all of you for being here. I thank all of your support, and onward and upward.
So, as we said earlier, we're going to go downstairs, right out those doors, the far end of the area, to have the leash cutting. The elevators, for those who want to take the elevator, are down this way, and somebody will assist you. So let's meet downstairs, folks.
This is a special.
Oh, is this like a pliers?
Yeah.
Doesn't say police line.
Don't run with scissors.
You keep them on a short leash, do you?
Oh my goodness.
It is a leash.
All right, who's got the leash? Michael? Harmon?
Oh, we got it.
Okay.
Come on.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would back up too.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, yes.
I want a piece of that leash.
I do too. I want a piece.
Yeah, let me collect those weapons. And the animal holding rooms are available for you all to check out, and staff will be glad to show you what we've got here.